I studied or worked as a cosmetologist for over 40 years. And so in 2010, I had to retire because I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh.
And so
Hmm.
as time went on and as my health declined to where first I became bedridden.
Oh my.
And then I started getting up, after eating a little better. And then I became wheelchair bound
Oh no.
because all the time my body and the integrity of my bones were steadily declining. I was losing a lot of cartilage. And so then it became crippling. And so my hands became crippled, my knees, became crippled, and my feet became crippled. So I was just losing it all. When 2010 hit and I became diagnosed with this rheumatoid arthritis, it's just like they saying it was an autoimmune issue. Well, I know that God didn't make our bodies to turn on itself,
Hmm.
but they gave me a clue that there was something that was getting into my system that created this diagnosis. And so I just continued to study, going to rheumatologists, but I couldn't do the medication thing.
Hmm.
And so they said that the medication would not heal me, but it would slow everything down, and in between time I would have complications with my different organs, internal organs, my lungs and my liver and my kidneys. So I said I just chose not to go that route. I just continued to have faith that God was going to, give me instructions and tell me what to put in my temple that would really heal me. So through prayer I kept asking for instructions and directions, and so in wisdom as to how could my body be totally healed. And I know God could totally heal me. I was looking on YouTube and I saw the minister uh, Nathaniel Jordan, and so he started talking about the medicine that was in our fruit. And so I said, so as he explained it, as you got some fruit that's called astringent that pulls out the toxins and the mucus and he called it pus, hardened pus. And so I started listening closer and said, pulls it out of the cells. He said, then we have the berries. And then the berries are your antioxidants, and they're like machines. So they go through and they kill all the toxins in the body. And so I said, that makes sense. And then there's the melons, especially the watermelons. And that goes through and it's like a hose, a water hose, and it just like floods the cells and the tissues and it washes out everything. And so I say, well, let me try um, this fruit fast.
Hmm.
So I had been on the fruit fast for about a week and I got enough courage to go on with him and tell him how much better I felt and how my pain had left my body. And so he said, how long have you been on it? I say, 5 days. He said, well, I want you to go 35 more days. And I went like, 35 more
This
days.
is fruit, right? Like
I
I
said,
just
that's
fruit,
like going cold turkey, right?
right?
And so at that point, I had to stop all meat consumption. I had to stop all sugar consumption. As a matter of fact, I had to stop all foods at that point because the destination or the goal was to make 40 days just on fruit.
Yeah.
And so, and I
Wow.
told
So
him, I
proud of
said, look, much prayer got me there.
you. Yes.
I, I had to get rid of my fried chicken. Oh my God.
Right.
So, and that was the last thing to go because I had given up fish already. And it really started regenerating my whole body. I never knew the power that fruit had to dissolve different things in the body. It was dissolving calcium deposits around my ankle. It was dissolving calcium deposits around my toe, which the medical profession calls it the arthritis. But it's just really dried up mucus and calcium deposits from being so acidic.
Right.
And so after I had been on the fruit fast for 40 days, I began to look at my ankles, and I could actually see that. I call it crust, but it was just, I could see the calcium being dissolved. And so I
Wow.
could start rotating my ankles again. And I could start, like wiggling my toes again. And so all of this was visual signs that the fruit was actually healing me, and it was dissolving all this buildup that had been going on for over it was about 12 years. So the fruit are really amazing, and it does have medicinal properties to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never would have realized that if I had not met the minister of wellness.
Yes.
So it's amazing. So now I try to, or he assigned me to start a senior support group,
Oh, that's great.
and that's growing. So I'm giving my testimony and supporting them, letting them know that we don't have to suffer. We don't
Yeah.
have to suffer to that extent, you know, and that there's hope that you can get off those meds and you can at least get up and start moving around again, because there are very, very good medicinal properties in just eating fruit. And then it began to taste so good until I crave it now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I
Isn't that
love the
something?
frozen berries. I use that as my go-to when I want to snack on something, or my frozen grapes. And so it's just amazing. And I love watermelon. And especially now that I realize that that's my true alkaline water. If I get low on energy, I'll just go eat me some cherries or some grapes or some berries, and then I'm back at it. And so just
Yeah.
have just having that knowledge. But I might add some lettuce or some beet leaves or something to my, if I'm making a smoothie,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll add that kind of greenness to it. And so just
Yeah.
have just having that knowledge